So the Captain Hook from DMM, made by the Tree Imagineers. A piece of kit I've been using for years now. It's his 10-year anniversary, so we thought we'd do a little video on how I use it, how I store it, and a couple of other little methods you could use it. We've also got the notch grapple, and that's in stock by Reg Coates. Another hook system, but I'm an old dog and I like to stick to what I know. So let's go Captain Hook and let's have a look at it. So the Captain Hook, I personally like to keep it in one of the storage bags. This means that I'm not carrying it around with me up the tree. It's got the rope ready on there. If we open this up, the hook fits in there comfortably. And in there is a hitch climber we'll find in a minute. On the tail end, a little trick I'd like to do is either a little eye splice, carabiner to one of the loops on the inside. I've found in the past, sometimes the rope will unravel out of it, the bag will drop and it's gone. It's handy keeping that bag up the tree so you can store it away once you've finished it. But that doesn't have to be an eye splice, you could just tie a knot on it. It's just a little thing that I do that I find helpful. Generally, I'll get it sent up to me in this bag and that will come up. It's got a little hook on the back there that I just simply clip into my vault, meaning it's stored away. From there, I'll take out the length of rope I need. I'm going to be aiming for this branch over here today. It's a little bit hard to explain up in the tree at the same time as do it, so this is how I'm going to do it. Now, if you've done a lot of tree climbing, you'll know about making a bundle with your rope and then throwing that bundle over the branch you want. I pretty much do the same sort of thing, but I do it with this rope. So I'll take the length of rope I need, wind it around my hand, make some loops, and then this would be your bundle that you would have. Instead, it's the hook. So I'll look for the branch that I want, which is over here today, and I'll launch it, making sure you've got plenty of rope out to reach that branch. So let's have a go. Let's see if it hooks first time. Right, we've got the branch we want, and that's hooked on nicely. So I just, when I'm in the canopy, I generally, if I'm a bit concerned about the branch and it may be rotating, I'll just keep a bit of weight on it, and I'll take out, on this I have a hitch climber system. It's just a single leg with a clem heist on it, and I'll generally clip that into my bridge. So now I've got that secure, my line's tight, and I can make my way towards that branch. The method I use to do this is I generally clip this system up to my chest harness. It's raising the system, but what happens is it means that I can now clip the down rope into my foot sender, and now I can use it to pull myself along. Let's have a look to see what I do once I get to that spot. Right, so I've got over to the branch that I've chosen, that I wanted to come across to. I'll get my lanyard in, make myself secure. This is why I like having a separate system than on the end of a rope or a lanyard or something, because now I'm secure, I've got my lanyard in, and I can remove the hook comfortably. Simply get the bag, and now I can just start storing that hook away so it's tidy and there's not rope all over the place causing mayhem. So let's get that all packed away. Nice and tidy in the bag. From that point, I can lower that down to the ground team so that now the ground team can take it off and I'm not carrying that big bag of rope around with me everywhere. Right, so I'm out to my branch. I've just got a sling here. This time, I'm actually just going to be working around this area of a different canopy. And I want to go back to my original anchor. So I'll probably put in a redirect. Just going to lark's foot that on there and just keep wrapping it round until it's a suitable sort of length. Take my main line. I'm going to tie an alpine in that. just simply clip it into that redirect. So now, with the use of the hook, I've managed to get to a place in the canopy that I wouldn't have been able to scramble to very easily. I can work this area of the canopy, simply come back up, retrieve my gear and get back to my anchor. Obviously, if this was a different tree and I came over on SRT, I'd bring my tail with me so that I could lanyard in and put a new system into this tree, retrieve my old system, and I'm working in a separate tree. Double rope is even easier because you just pull out that double rope back to the tree that you've moved into, and then simply work that tree, grab the captain hook up again, send it to the next tree. So I've hooked a branch, but I don't want that branch. What do? Obviously it's hooked on there quite well. I simply just put a load of slack into the system and then a quick spin and the hook's off. Meaning I can retrieve it back and I can choose a different limb that I want to go on. So that's retrieving the hook. Right, the hook. So if you don't fancy having the rope on it, maybe it's a little bit too narrow, you just don't fancy that method, you just want the hook. Quite a few methods to use it. You've got the eye there. If you've got a long lanyard, you can just clip the lanyard in, pull it to its full extent, throw out, hook your branch, pull yourself over. The only warning I will give with just using your lanyard is that once you get to your location, you've got to hold on to that branch so you can get your lanyard off and put it on, which is a bit risky. So personally, I might opt for maybe getting the tail end of your rope. You could just put it through that shackle there. So you've got a nice soft eye splice on this one. And then you could just do a barrel knot. Simply slide that through, cinch that down so the knot's dressed and tied properly. Now you can use the end of your rope and you can pull yourself over there with just a hitch cord and a bit of and a pulley. Another option, if you wanted it just to be nice and soft, so you can clip it in, nice, quick and easy, you can use a Dyneema sling. Just simply lark's foot the Dyneema sling on there, carabiner, and then if you've got an eye splice, you can clip your eye splice into there, making it so there's not such a big knot and it can be taken on and off. There's a few methods of other ways that you can use the captain hook, but there's a lot more. So let's have a look at maybe storing this away on your harness to keep it tidy. So this nice big eye at the top, handy for storage. If you've got bolts or any sort of tool clip on your harness, you can just simply lean round, clip it in, hanging down and out the way. Another method, if you don't have tool clips, is you could just put a carabiner through the top and just clip it to a gear loop or a side D so it's out the way. This is obviously the lighter option than carrying the bag around with you, but personally I like the bag because it's just one unit and it can just be sent down from the tree once I'm finished with it. Right, so that's a run through of the Captain Hook. It's its 10-year anniversary. There's other methods to use it. Personally, I like this one. There is the notch grapple as well out there. And here's a clip of me using it up in the canopy. We'll see you next time. Yep. Yeah, you can chip. Just be careful of the stuff that's hung down there. Yeah, you see the stuff that's hung up? Yeah. Yeah, don't go under that for the moment. the way to do it.